Breaking news.
Against all odds, the 2024 U.S. presidential election will forever be etched in history books. Donald J. Trump, defying pollsters and pundits, secured a second non-consecutive term. This victory mirrored the unlikely return of Grover Cleveland in the late 19th century. Over 160 million Americans cast their vote, marking a 66% turnout, a testament to the high stakes of this election. Trump's victory was not a landslide. He secured 276 electoral votes to Biden's 262, a narrow margin that highlights the deep divisions within the country. The popular vote told a similar story, with Trump garnering 47.8% to Biden's 47.2%. This close outcome underscores the complexities of the American electoral system. Key battleground states proved pivotal. Pennsylvania, a state that flipped to Biden in 2020, swung back in favor of Trump. Similarly, Georgia and Arizona, states with shifting demographics, sided with the Republican nominee. The results paint a picture of a nation grappling with its identity and future direction. Trump's return to the White House signals a potential realignment in American politics. His ability to galvanize support, particularly among specific demographics, raises questions about the future of both major parties. The Democratic Party, once confident in their coalition, must now reckon with the shifting loyalties of the electorate. The 2024 election wasn't just about personalities, it was about deeply held beliefs and anxieties. The economy emerged as a central theme. Trump, tapping into concerns about inflation and job security, hammered home a message of economic nationalism. His promises to bring back manufacturing jobs and renegotiate trade deals resonated with a segment of voters, particularly in the industrial heartland. Immigration, a perennial hot-button issue, once again took center stage. Trump's hardline stance on border security and his rhetoric on restricting illegal immigration found a receptive audience among those concerned about national security and cultural change. This issue transcended traditional partisan lines, attracting support even from some who had previously voted Democrat. Social and cultural issues also played a significant role. Trump's appeal to traditional values, his opposition to abortion, and his criticism of what some perceive as woke culture galvanized a segment of the electorate. This focus on cultural issues energized his base and drew in voters who felt that their values were under attack. Trump's unconventional campaign strategies also contributed to his success. His use of social media to bypass traditional media outlets allowed him to directly communicate his message to supporters. His rallies, often compared to rock concerts, energized his base and created a sense of enthusiasm that was difficult for his opponents to match. The news of Trump's victory reverberated across the globe, eliciting a mix of shock, concern, and cautious optimism. World leaders, accustomed to dealing with a Biden administration, now faced the prospect of navigating a second Trump presidency. The reactions were as diverse as the nations they represented. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, a close ally of Trump during his first term, welcomed the news, emphasizing the shared interests between the two countries. He saw in Trump's victory a continuation of strong support for Israel on the international stage. Other leaders, such as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, expressed similar sentiments, highlighting the potential for strengthened alliances and shared ideological ground. European leaders, however, adopted a more cautious tone. French President Emmanuel Macron, while offering congratulations, stressed the importance of transatlantic cooperation on issues such as climate change and trade, areas where he had clashed with Trump in the past. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, known for his measured approach, called for dialogue and cooperation, acknowledging the complexities of the U.S.-German relationship under a Trump administration. Section 4. The policy landscape ahead. As Trump prepares for his second act, speculation abounds about his policy agenda. If his first term and campaign promises are any indication, significant shifts in domestic and foreign policy are anticipated. The economy, a central theme of his campaign, is likely to be at the forefront. Deregulation, a hallmark of his first term, is expected to continue, particularly in the energy and financial sectors. Trump has long argued that excessive regulations stifle economic growth, and his administration is likely to roll back environmental protections and loosen financial regulations. This approach, while potentially boosting certain industries, raises concerns about environmental damage and financial instability. Trade policy is another area ripe for change. Trump, a self-proclaimed tariff man, has shown a willingness to engage in trade wars, imposing tariffs on goods from China and other countries. This protectionist stance, while popular with some segments of his base, has drawn criticism from economists who argue that it harms American consumers and businesses. Immigration, a defining issue of his presidency, is likely to remain a priority. Expect a continuation of hardline policies including increased border security, restrictions on legal immigration, and a crackdown on sanctuary cities. These policies, while popular with his base, have been criticized as inhumane and ineffective.